Okay, somebody is about to take accountability for their actions is the message that's coming through right now. So I'm going to pull some cards from my love deck just to dive into this. It doesn't necessarily feel like someone did something wrong. It more so just feels like someone did something that you don't necessarily agree with, or something that doesn't necessarily agree with the higher vibrations of the love connection that you feel you share. And so maybe there's some type of separation happening right now. Okay, very good. But we're just going to dive a little deeper into this to find out what's happening. Immediately, the message coming through is that you have nothing to worry about. We have the King of Shells. We have romance. So romance followed by the King of Shells. And then we have the Princess of Roses and the Four of Gems. So the energy is possessiveness. We have somebody who's very, very interested in you right now. Like very... like I'm hearing that they're keeping it low key, and so they might not be sharing exactly how they feel with you at this time. But with the Princess of Roses and the Four of Gems, it's like they know they have something good with you. Like they know that you're something special. They feel very protective over you. Like I said, that possessive energy is coming through. This is somebody who, it's like they only want the best. Like this is somebody who okay, I don't know why I didn't want to share that. It's kind of like, because I don't like it to be so superficial, but it's like they're with very good looking people, and you definitely are one of the best. Like you're one of the top ones is what I'm hearing. So anyway, there's a lot taking place between the two of you right now, and I think that what you need to focus on right now is what this person does feel for you rather than what they don't, or what you think they don't. I'm hearing that you've been trying to convince yourself that this person doesn't feel the way that they do, but they're about to show you just how much you mean to them with the Queen of Roses. Like this is a really intense offer coming through. This is King of Shells paired with Queen of Roses. So this is like love and emotions, emotional depth. Like the depth of this person's love for you is really something incredible. You can trust this person. I'm hearing like whatever this person is doing with the Wheel of Fortune and the Three of Gems, like whatever they do with you in mind. And with the Wheel of Fortune, like they only see you. Like they only have space. They're only dancing with you, okay? Whatever you've been concerned about this person doing when you're not around, like they're only with you in that energy. Like this person doesn't just go out and share that connection and share that intimacy that they share with you with just anyone. Like, this person feels safe to be vulnerable with you. I feel like you both have grown together over time, and it's like you have no reason to worry about what this person is doing when they're not around you. So I feel like you might have just needed that confirmation. Spirit, can we have one more card? With the Four of Shells reevaluation, you want to know what this message is telling me, the reevaluation? It's like you need to understand what your worth is in this connection. You need to reevaluate how you feel this person feels about you. Because I think that you highly underestimate yourself in this connection. Like you highly underestimate this person's feelings for you, their devotion for you, like their loyalty to you. And what I'm being told is that you're going to be given the opportunity, the chance to really put that to the test and find out, is this person who they say they are? And is this person like who I feel they are? Because I feel like deep down, you really do trust this person, and you feel like this person is loyal, like they are there for you. Like you know this is your person. But you have all of these thoughts and like these mental patterns and habits and belief systems that you're trying to break, that are almost trying to like pull you away from this person. And that's kind of what you're coming face to face with right now, is these shadow aspects of yourself that believe that you're not worthy of receiving that, or think that you're not good enough. And so the truth is that this person feels for you the way that you've always felt in love for other people, and you've never had that reciprocated before. And you want to know what's happening right now? Like I'm literally being shown the vision of the tables turning. It's like how loyal and devoted and giving you were in love to every person that you've ever been with, and you've just kind of been like just not treated right at all. How you were in love is how this person is in love with you. And they're taking a chance on you, okay? It's not easy for this person to be vulnerable like that. But for some reason, with you, it is. So don't think that you are not special to this person because they don't act the way towards other people the way they act towards you. Specifically other feminines, they are not out there sharing that energy with other people. So I feel like you can kind of let that go, like let your mind rest and just exist in that peace for a moment. As always, if you do feel called to dive in further, I have my cards with me. I am pulling cards tonight. I offer personal sessions for love. You can ask up to 3 questions or more, even if you feel called. I also offer video recordings, emails, and I do have my full moon ceremony coming up as well as my VIP texting. There's a whole bunch to choose from. Go ahead and check out my website if you feel called to work with me further. You can click the link in my bio, and I'll be here whenever you're ready.
Dear soul, before you leave, don't let this moment become just another video you watched. If something inside you stirred, if your heart felt even the smallest whisper of hope, hold on to it. That may be exactly what you were praying for. Right now, speak these words with faith, even if your voice trembles. I am chosen. I am loved. I am not forgotten. God is writing a beautiful story with my life, and what He has promised me will not pass me by. Say it again. And then one more time. Keep speaking it until your heart believes what heaven has already declared about you. Let these words become your strength when doubt whispers, your peace when fear rises, and your light when the path ahead feels uncertain. Never forget this. God has not brought you this far to leave you here. Every tear you've cried, every silent prayer you've whispered, and every battle you've fought has been seen by Him. Your story is not over. Your miracle is still unfolding. If this message touched your heart, please share it with someone you love. It's somewhere. Someone is carrying a burden they haven't told anyone about. Someone is quietly losing hope. Your share could become the answer to a prayer they've been crying out for. You may never know whose life is changed because you chose to care. And if God places it on your heart to help us continue sharing these messages of faith, hope, and encouragement with people around the world, you can support this ministry through a super thanks. Whether your gift is $5, $10, $20, or whatever you feel led to give, know that every offering becomes part of reaching another soul with God's love. From the deepest part of my heart, thank you for believing in this mission. I pray that God blesses you beyond what you can imagine, restores everything you've been waiting for, opens doors no one can shut, and fills your home with His peace, His favor, and His perfect love. Together we are creating a family of faith where broken hearts find hope, weary souls find strength, and every person is reminded that they are deeply loved, fully seen, and never alone. There is something quietly extraordinary happening in your life right now, and the strange part is you might not even see it yet. Not because you're blind, not because you're naive, but because you've spent so long looking for the exit sign in every room you've ever loved someone in, that you forgot what it feels like to simply stay, to breathe, to let something be good without waiting for it to fall apart. That's where we begin. Not with grand revelations or dramatic declarations. We begin in the quiet, in that soft, unsettling space between what you know and what you're afraid to believe. The weight of something unspoken, something is shifting between you and this person. You can feel it even if you can't name it. It's that feeling you get when a room goes still right before something important is said. Not tense exactly, but aware. Like the air itself is holding its breath. There's been some kind of distance. Maybe physical, maybe emotional. Maybe it was something they did, something they said, or something they didn't say at all that left you standing in the in-between, trying to decide whether to move forward or pull back. And the thing about that kind of distance is that it doesn't always mean something is broken. Sometimes distance is just the space that two people need before they can finally be honest with each other. Before accountability can find its way into the room. And that's exactly what's coming. This person, whoever they are to you, is approaching a moment of reckoning. Not because they're a bad person who did something terrible, but because something happened, something shifted, and it didn't sit right within the deeper current of what the two of you share. And they know it. They feel it in the same way you feel everything. Quietly, deeply, in a place that doesn't have words yet. The difference is they're getting ready to find the words. The love that moves in silence. Here is something that might be difficult to hear, not because it's painful, but because it's the opposite of pain, and sometimes that's harder to receive. This person is deeply in love with you, not in the casual, surface level way that gets tossed around like loose change, not in the way that burns bright for a season and disappears when winter comes. In the quiet, grounded, I think about you when I don't mean to kind of way, the kind of love that doesn't announce itself because it doesn't feel the need to. The kind that sits in your chest like something permanent. And yet, they've been keeping it low-key, holding it close. Not because they're ashamed and not because they're unsure, but because this kind of feeling is enormous for them. For them, it's unfamiliar territory. They are not someone who hands out this level of devotion freely. They never have been. You have to understand what they show you, they show no one else. That is not a small thing. That is not a throwaway line. That is the entire story if you let yourself read it slowly enough. There is a protectiveness in the way they see you, a possessiveness, even not in the controlling sense, but in the way that says, I see what I have and I am not willing to be careless with it. They recognize that you are rare. They recognize that what exists between the two of you is not the kind of thing that comes around twice. And so they hold it, and they hold you with a kind of reverence that they don't even fully understand themselves yet. The mirror you've been avoiding. But here's where the story takes a turn. Because this isn't just about them. It never really was. You've been doing something to yourself in the quiet moments, in the middle of the night when thoughts come uninvited, in the spaces between text messages, in the pauses during conversations where you smiled on the outside, but something inside you was already preparing for the worst. You've been trying to convince yourself that this person doesn't feel the way they do. And I want you to sit with that for a moment. Really sit with it, because that is one of the most heartbreaking things a person can do to themselves. To be standing in something beautiful and spend your time building arguments against it. To be loved, genuinely and deeply, and to quietly, persistently whisper to yourself, this can't be real. I don't deserve this. It's going to end. Where did that come from? It didn't come from them. It came from every person before them who made you feel like love was something you had to earn, maintain, and apologize for wanting. It came from the versions of you who gave everything, and still walked away with empty hands and a quieter sense of self-worth than when you started. It came from a pattern so deeply worn into you that it now feels like instinct. But instinct and truth are not the same thing. A vision of the tables turning think back, if you can bear it, to who you were in love before this. Think about how you showed up. The loyalty, the depth, the way you loved with your whole self without conditions or half measures. The way you stayed even when staying cost you something. The way you gave and gave and gave, and somehow it still wasn't enough for the people who didn't know how to value it. You were extraordinary in love, you still are, but the people you gave that to, they weren't always able to hold it properly, and so you learned slowly and painfully to make yourself smaller, to want less, to expect less, to protect yourself by never fully believing that something good could actually be yours. And then this person walked in, and suddenly everything you ever poured into someone else is being poured directly into you. That is the shift. That is the thing that's too big to process on an ordinary Tuesday. The tables have turned so completely that you don't even recognize the seat you're sitting in. You're on the receiving end of the kind of love you used to give away like it was infinite, never knowing it was slowly depleting you. And now someone is offering it back to you. Full, genuine, and without apology, and part of you doesn't know what to do with it. So you second guesses it, you question it, you look for the catch. There is no catch. The quiet loyalty you doubted, there's something else worth naming, something that's been living in the back of your mind, even if you haven't said it out loud. You've been worried about what they do when you're not there, who they're with, where their energy goes when it's not with you. And underneath that worry is a fear so specific that it deserves to be spoken carefully. The fear that you are not enough to hold someone's complete attention, that eventually everyone wanders. But this person doesn't wander. Not from you. Whatever they do, wherever they go, you are the through line. You are the one they come back to in their mind, the one they measure everything against. The world could be full of interesting people, and it is, but interesting and irreplaceable are entirely different things. You are the latter, and they know it with a certainty that they carry silently because they don't yet know how to hand it to you without it being too much. You are the only one they're dancing with, even when the music isn't playing. And the truth, the deep, still water truth, is that you already knew this. You felt it. You feel it right now, underneath the doubt and the defense mechanisms and the mental patterns that keep telling you to brace for impact. You know this person. You trust them. You just haven't given yourself permission to fully believe what you already know. The realization that changes everything. Here is the insight that sits at the center of all of this, the one that is perhaps the hardest and the most freeing at the same time. Your self-worth has not kept pace with the love that is being offered to you. You have grown, you have healed, you have done the quiet, unglamorous work of becoming someone whole. But somewhere along the way, a part of you got left behind. The part that still believes it's too much to ask for, too audacious to expect, that someone could love you this completely and this consistently. That part of you is wrong. And the invitation right now from this person, from this moment, from whatever it is inside you that knows how to be still and listen, is to re-evaluate. Not the relationship, not them, but the story you're telling yourself about what you deserve to receive, because it is outdated. It belongs to a version of you who no longer exists. And it is costing you the ability to be fully present in something that is, by any honest measure, remarkable. The emotional arrival. So here is where the journey ends, or rather, where it begins again in a new and quieter way. You are not in a story about being left. You are not in a story about being betrayed or replaced or quietly forgotten. You are in a story about being chosen chosen consistently, chosen quietly, chosen in the way that means the most, which is the everyday, undramatic, unremarkable kind of choosing that builds a life rather than just a moment. This person is going to show you soon in a way that will be hard to argue with, hard to minimize, hard to explain away with the old logic of not enoughness. They are going to offer you something real, something that requires them to be vulnerable in a way that doesn't come easily to them, and they're willing to do it for you. For you. Only for you. Yes, you are someone worth becoming vulnerable for. The only question left is whether you will let yourself receive it. Whether you will soften enough, just slightly, to let the love in without standing at the door, analyzing its credentials. Whether you will trust not just this person, but yourself, your own judgment, your own intuition, your own deep knowing that recognized something real in them from the beginning. The tables have turned. The love you spent years giving away is finally, undeniably coming back to you. Let it. Not because you've earned it through suffering. Not because you've been patient long enough, but because you are worthy of it simply by being who you are. And it is time past time to finally completely believe that the story isn't over. In many ways, it's just beginning. But the next chapter looks nothing like the ones that came before it. And you are ready for it, even if you don't know it yet.